Hey buddy, are you awake? Okay, yeah, cool, you're awake. Hey, listen, me and my friend were talking about, like, fusions for, like, superheroes and stuff. And, you know, we did, like, a fusion of, Superman and Omni-Man. And then it got to the conversation of Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer, like, two of the most powerful beings in, comic books. And I was kind of thinking to myself, like, what would a fusion of Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer would look like? Would it look like Ghost Rider with a chromed out skull on Harley, or would it look like a naked alien looking thing that's chromed out? That kind of looks like the spirit spider, that costume you get from like the Spider-Man game. Well, look like it kind of looks like the like Skeletor from that one He-Man movie with Dolph Lundgren that's chromed out. I really like that movie. Made me question myself as a man. So I watched a lot of, oh my, just to make sure I wasn't swish. Turns out I wasn't, but I was fascinated. Hey, I was also wondering if you ever wondered that whenever you open the fridge and that light comes on, do you think that light stays on in the fridge when you close the door? Or does it like turn off and then the little people in the fridge just kind of scattered to get their foods and homes? I always wonder, like, you know that movie, the Borrowers? That was a pretty cool movie. I always wonder if there was anybody who, well, not anybody. I was wondering if there was actual little people living in the walls of like these walls. Cause I sometimes hear noises, like I hear like scratching in the walls. It makes me wonder if there's like a little people in the walls, like little borrowers. You know what I mean? Or like that one movie, the in the cabinet. I think it was. I always kind of liked that movie because it was kind of cool. It was almost like Toy Story, except Toy Story, it was not CG. That would be pretty cool. I mean, Toy Story was a pretty good movie. I really like Toy Story. Hey dude, you want to watch Toy Story at some point? I think that'll be a fun weekend. We can get like a popcorn, we can get some drinks, and we can put on a well, we don't have a big screen TV, so, but I got that one CRT TV that I got from my parents' basement, which was pretty old, but it's still pretty cool. Well, I think. Yeah, that would be cool. We can have like a little movie night. We could probably invite the other guys too. It would be pretty cool. I always wonder, like, how do stars work? They're like so bright, and from what I heard, they're like just like gases that just burn really hot. How do you burn something in a vacuum though? Doesn't that make it kind of makes me question like a lot of things, like, are stars real? What about shooting stars? Oh, I always wondered, like, because I wonder if shooting stars were myths, because I keep hearing like in movies and stuff, like, oh, if you wish on you can make a wish on a shooting star and it will come true. But I never saw one, so I also heard the same thing with you know those wishbones that you get from like Thanksgiving and stuff. When you break the wishbone, you get the biggest piece, you make a wish, and it's supposed to come true. I wish for $1 million when I guess the wishes don't work when you do them yourself. God, makes me wonder, is magic real? Cause I saw this like one magician, and he had like a card in his hand, and he told me to think of the card that would be in your mind, and I will tell you the card. And I thought about it, and he pulled out the card I was thinking about. I'm like, and I was like, how'd you do that? And it was like, I could teach you, but it's gonna cost you a little bit to, you know, teach you, because you have to understand like the ways of the hand, and of course the how to make things appear and disappear. And I was like, yeah, cool. So I think I went to the bank and got a loan of $50,000 and paid the guy. Never really saw him after that, but I don't think I learned any magic, and I just kind of overdrafted my bank account for like $50,000. But I did keep the deck of cards, so I got something out of it. You know, that's pretty cool. I've been practicing magic. You know, I always wondered, like, what are your thoughts on cats? You know, because on the one hand they're cute and cuddly, and you know, but on the other hand they just don't care. I heard that if you die in your house while your cat's there, your cat will like eat your remains. Are cats just cannibals or something? Because I think I heard the same thing with where dogs kind of like eat their owners too after they pass away, like at their house. When they have cats, it just kind of makes me wonder, like, are cats just monsters? Are animals just monsters? But then again, you know, if I heard that there's a plane crash. Well, not heard of. I've seen it on TV. Like, people go into like a plane crash, and the only way they could survive when they're low on food is to eat each other. I wonder if we're just monsters in disguise into like little pajama suits of flesh. Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder sometimes. Also, I went to the supermarket the other day, and I saw a guy that I swore I thought it was that one guy from that one show. I don't remember the show's name. I think it was like Seinfeld or something. But I thought that was that guy. I'm like, oh my god! So I just kept staring at him for like the whole 8 hours that I was at that store, and I just kind of followed him around with my eyes wide open. And I think he noticed me because I was getting dragged out by security, and I don't think I explained it. So I was like, oh, I thought he was that guy from Seinfeld, and the security guards were like, no, that's just some dude. He doesn't look anything like the guy from Seinfeld. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? And I never got invited back to that store again. They kind of banned me because that was like the 7th time I mistaken somebody from like a famous voice, or not famous voice actor, but a famous actor from a movie. I thought there was a chick that I swore looked like Jennifer Lawrence, which didn't really make any sense. She was like 7 feet tall. Never really knew how tall Jennifer Lawrence was. Jennifer Lawrence was a pretty good actress. Like, I don't remember her name in movies, but I keep hearing that name a lot. Like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is pretty cool. And I'm like, I don't remember who that is. You ever watch that show Family Guy? That's a pretty good show. I can't believe that show ran for so long. Also, what's crazy about it is that, the show South Park? That show got Emmy for Best Animated Show. And I'm like, what? It's kind of stuff like that makes me want to make cartoons and stuff. Buddy, do you want to make cartoons with me? I think we can pull it off. We can get some like paper, we can get a camera, and we can just make a cartoon. It shouldn't be that hard, right? They can make Family Guy. How hard can making a cartoon be? Like, we can just get like stacks of papers, and we can just think of characters. And okay, here's a pitch. So and you can just chime in if you think it's a good idea or not. So we have a team, like a little basketball team of goat children, and they have to beat Shaquille O'Neal in like a basketball game, so that way they can have the money to pay for their homes and not get repossessed by the bank. Oh, why are they? Oh, and why are they goat children? Oh, well, because their mom was into some weird stuff. Let's just say she had like a bunch of goats. So she owns a goat farm, but she's basically all alone. and she hasn't made any human contact in like 17 years. So yeah, but basically she just looked at the goats and was like, hey, yeah, you know what, I could, worst comes to worst, the toys don't work. Yeah, so she basically was just yeah, going to town on some goats. It was it's weird to think about that. I don't think that's the point. The point thing is that goat children gonna save their home from getting repossessed. Yay! And yeah, I thought it was a cool idea. What do you think of this title, Ebert X? I thought of that title for a while once I created this pitch, and I think this has a chance, but I feel like it really has a chance. What do you think? Yeah, I guess it'll be a cool idea too. Yeah, I'm glad we're roommates. You ever wonder like what the meaning of life is? Like I just kind of like live every day and just kind of work every day thinking, like, does it get better than this, or should I just start living my life? But what is living life anyways? Because is living life just you working and then coming home and then sleeping, showering, and then repeating the same stuff? Or is it doing the things you love and trying out and exploring new things and trying out new things and having a blast, doing it? Always makes me wonder, because I always wanted to take a trip to Germany, just to kind of see what it's all about, because I've seen like a bunch of pictures and it looks like a pretty beautiful city to walk around into. But of course I never learned how to speak German. I mean, I kind of failed Spanish class at like age 6, so I could never speak Spanish. I do know a few words in Spanish, like hola, and yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I can know in Spanish. Do you ever think the Easter Bunny was ever mentioned in the Bible? Because I read the Bible and I haven't really thought, I never saw anything about like a giant bunny that lays eggs to hide them so that way kids can find them. I always thought that was weird. Also, I watched Passion of the Christ the other day, and because I heard a lot about it, and I thought, you know what, why not? I figured I can give it a watch. Because from what I heard, it was just like a snuff film, and I watched it and I was like, you know what, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I mean, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. It was directed by Mel Gibson, which I thought that was surprising, and you know what, the choices he did weren't really that bad, to be honest with you. It reminded me of 300 a little bit, like the way it just kind of was shot. It kind of had like a 300 kind of feel to it, with a lot of slow-mos and basically different colorations of like nighttime and daytime. And yeah, it was a pretty good movie. I kind of liked it. It was disturbing a little bit, but I mean, I still kind of liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Also, Conan the Barbarian was also a good movie. Like, I know it kind of gets pooped on for it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's early roles, but I mean, for an early role, like, it wasn't too bad. Like it was still like a fun movie to watch. Like, I watched both of them. I think I like the original one better than the remake. Like, the remake wasn't bad. I just don't think I ever got into it. But I think the guy who played Conan in that movie was pretty good at it. I just didn't think it was done that good as a movie. It had Ron Perlman in it, which I love. Ron Perlman. He was Hellboy. I like Hellboy. I didn't like the remake. The remake was kind of eh. But Ron Perlman was probably one of my favorite actors, because he was also in Blade 2, which I like Blade 2. I watched that movie a lot. Blade 2 was the only VHS movie that I own, and I think I watched that movie like 70 times, and I can almost replay it like scene by scene in my head. And yeah, it kind of helps out, because it kind of because if I'm at work, I'm just kind of waiting there just until I get off, so it helps pass the time. You know, just thinking about a movie and nothing else, because I really don't talk to many people at work. It's kind of hard to talk to people at work when you are surrounded by like giant machines that make nothing but that's me making machine noises at work. I always wonder how those machines work. Like you see them move, and it's actually oddly satisfying to see them move and like trying to sort things out. And it makes me wonder, like, what was the engineering like for these things, and how I fix it. You know, if it ever breaks down. Like, I always thought that was pretty neat. I never thought that I ever would think about things like this, especially when I worked there for like maybe 3 or 4 months. It was just getting like not really out of hand. It was just more or less like learning the machines and how they work. Also, do you believe that robots will ever take over the world? Because I was thinking that a long time, ever since I saw Terminator, and I was like, oh, Skynet is gonna rule the world with a robot, AI, artificial intelligence stuff. And I was like, I mean, my phone crashes every 6 to 7 minutes while I'm at work, so I don't think computers are gonna take over the world. At least I don't think so. I think we're still ways off on ever getting to that point to where machines are just gonna rule the world and stuff. Terminator was a good movie. I really loved Terminator 2. Didn't really care so much for the sequels after that. I mean, I watched Salvation, and Terminator Salvation, I feel like it gets dunked on, but honestly, I thought it was a pretty good movie. But it just had like Arnold Schwarzenegger as like a cameo in it, and I thought, yeah, that's cool, but yeah, I don't know. No, it was kind of weak, but I mean, I still kind of like that movie. I didn't really care so much about the movies after that, or at least the Rise of the Machines, because I think that one was I mean, that one was pretty alright. It was just not as good as the original or the sequel. Oh, like, speaking of movies, there's do you know that Peter Jackson's King Kong, there was a scene to where they had to fight giant spiders and stuff, and he had to recreate the scene using stop motion animation and blue screens to recreate that scene. And I'm like he did all those techniques in this day and age. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Peter Jackson movies are pretty awesome. Like the Lord of the Rings, dude, great movies. Love those movies. Also, Star Wars is pretty cool. Never really cared so much about the movies after that. Like, a lot of people was like giving a lot of praises to the Mandalorian series and Ahsoka, but I never seen them because I don't have a Disney Plus account. We should get a Disney Plus account. I think that would be a pretty cool weekend. You know, just kind of binge watch a bunch of Star Wars movies and stuff. I mean, I think that would be pretty fun. At least in order to what it should be, like from Phantom Menace all the way to what was the other one, The Last Jedi or something like that, or I don't remember the last one, but I think it was like the 7th one was Force Awakens, and I think the 8th one was Last Jedi. The 9th one, I don't remember what that was. I think it was like something about hope or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I think that'll be a pretty cool weekend. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot you still have to go work in like 2 minutes, but I'm glad we had this talk. Good night, buddy.